Would you like to close more consulting clients? How about closing those clients for more money, getting those bigger deals, getting better clients? The very first thing you want to look at in your sales process is, are you qualifying the people that you're talking to? So do you have some sort of a sales qualification process in place? This could be a simple application form where it allows you to see, are they really someone that you could work with, someone that is ready to buy, asking the right questions to make sure that you're going to have a qualified prospect. The other thing that you can do is a simple 10 or 15-minute conversation, again, asking the right questions to ensure that you have a qualified prospect. And then from there, you can set up a bigger call, a more of a conversation, a deep dive, a strategy call, discovery call, whatever it is you call it, an assessment, whatever it is you call it in your business. But have some sort of qualification process, because if you don't, the chance of you being in front of the wrong people more often is going to be very, very high, and the chance of you closing them is going to be very, very low. If you're not in front of decision makers or people who are ready to buy or people who are serious about getting your help, then you're not going to close sales. So if you want to increase your sales closing, you want to make sure that you've got qualified prospects. All right, number 2 is ask questions that lead. So you want to ask really high-valued questions that open the conversation and actually lead that prospect into wanting to buy the services that you offer. So a good example of this would be, in my business, I might ask you as a consultant, so tell me about your sales process. What are the steps that you take people through, and how is that working? Like, what is your close ratio? Okay, now you can see you've got to give me a lot of information, right? So I'm going to uncover a lot of details in that one question alone. I might also ask a question like, tell me the best way that you get clients now, what that looks like, and how that's working for you. Okay, again, a conversation starter that is going to give me a lot of information and a lot of details about what you're doing in your business. So what are the questions that you need to ask in a conversation to lead people into the services that you have? See, one of the big mistakes people make is they talk about what you have. You talk about what you have. You're sharing how you can help them and everything that you can do, and it's just stuff. You're talking about your stuff when you don't even really know if they have a need for your stuff, or what they have a need for, or what are the most pressing things. See, if you don't need any help in your marketing, for me to tell you all about all the marketing strategies and everything I have that can help you book lots and lots of calls, well, I'm going to lose you, right? And so I have to know what it is that you are actually interested in. If I'm talking about only sales and, oh, well, I can help you close better sales and get bigger deals and close more sales, and you're not generating leads or even getting into conversations, well, again, I'm going to lose you, right? And so I have to uncover, where are the problems or where are the issues in your business? And you need to do the same thing with your clients. It's less about what you have, and it's about them and what they need and want. So you want to make sure that you're asking the right questions. Step number 3 is talk less and listen more. So the one thing you want to do is make sure that you're asking the right questions, and then you are really getting the details and uncovering all of the information and the problems and everything that they're going through, so that you will be able to utilize that information to close the deal. When they feel heard and understood, and it hasn't been about you and what you do, it's been all about them, you now have the opportunity to co-create a solution with them and to influence them to buy, actually leading them to practically close themselves. This is really important to understand. So talk less, listen more. And when you do talk, you want to make sure that you're influencing that buying decision all along the way. So it would look like this. You're telling me that you have a problem, for example, getting clients to close for bigger deals. And so I would ask you about that. And then I would say, oh, I understand exactly what you're talking about. I have a client that had the same problem. And when we did this, she was able to accomplish this. It was like 10 times more than she had ever made before. Okay, I've interjected a story. I've also interjected a client testimonial, and it will influence somebody to see that, oh, Ann has done this with people before. Oh, Ann knows what she's doing. So there's this subconscious influence that is going on. So when you are talking to them about each of the things they're sharing, you can interject, but don't interject about your stuff. Interject with a story, or interject with a client testimonial, or even just, I understand. Yes, a lot of my clients have struggled with that. I get that. Just even reaffirming what they said and letting them know that you understand can go a long way. All right, so think about the 80-20 rule or the 90-10 rule. You talk 10 to 20% of the time, and they talk 80 to 90% of the time. This alone will really help you close more sales. They will feel understood. They will feel appreciated. They will feel like you value everything that they're saying. You could be taking notes, hanging on to every word, making sure. And I even like to ask, do you mind if I take some notes or write some things down, just to make sure that I don't forget things? Of course, they're going to say yes to that, right? And then along the way, you can also be helping to create a solution for that. And that brings me into step number 4, which is create or co-create a solution with that client, so that when you're ready to you get to the close stage or the proposal, it actually can be more of an agreement than a proposal. I will share more about that in step number 5. But in step number 4, you want to make sure that you are getting in place everything that they said they wanted. And then you want to ask them if they are ready to move forward, if you can come to an agreement on the investment. Are you the person they want to work with based on what you have said you can help them do? Because this is where you articulate how you can help them, the steps that you can take them through. Now, a word of caution here. Don't get into the weeds with them. For example, if I say to you, yes, I can help you put lead generation strategies in place so you're booking more conversations, so you're in front of more people, so that you're building your influence. But I don't have to go into what all of those are, because the truth is, until I start working with you, it's going to be a customized approach. Now I can say, we'll work on a customized lead generation strategy for you so that you are booking 10 or 20 or 30 calls a month. Would that be valuable for you? So do you see how I would share the big, I like to call it the big bucket, or the big thing with them, the big bold move with them, but I wouldn't get into all the weeds. Well, first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. I don't do that, right? And so you want to make sure that you're really articulating the value of what you bring to that client, and keep it simple. The other thing is, don't use a lot of technical language, a lot of jargon. Bring that language down to a 3rd or 5th grade level. I know that sounds so ridiculous, especially if you are as brilliant as you are, and they are too. But the thing is, they're not brilliant or an expert in what you are. They probably don't have the same technical language or insights or skills that you have. And so if you're talking in your technical voice, in your expertise, in the way that you would with somebody in your industry, you will lose them because they won't understand what you're saying. So it has to be so simple and so clear. Okay, did you notice I said we're going to build a customized marketing lead generation strategy for you so that you can get 10 or 20 or 30 book calls a month, conversations with potential high-end prospects. Would that be important to you? When they say, yes, that's exactly what I want, you know that language has been clear and concise. Does that make sense? So you want to do the same thing. One of the biggest mistakes is people talk over their prospect's head. This happens a lot with people that are engineers, or they're in IT, or, they're technical people. And so think about the other person, and do they even understand what you do? Probably not to the degree that you understand it. And so bring it down to their level. It's not to devalue them or make them feel stupid. It's to make sure that it's clear and concise, and that they understand exactly what they would be buying and how you would be helping them. So don't get into the weeds in this initial strategy call or discovery call. Just go through the high-level steps with them that you would be doing with them to get them the result or the transformation or the outcome that they are looking for. This is how you want to articulate the sale. This will get more yeses and less nos. Okay, that being said, make sure you get a yes before you ever write a proposal or an agreement. And step number 5 is make sure that before you get out of that conversation and you move forward with an agreement or a proposal, book your next call with them. And I recommend that you book it within a 2 or 3 day period, because right now they're motivated, they're excited, it's fresh in their mind, they don't have other distractions, right? And so you want to get them that kind of call as quickly as possible. Some of the mistakes I see people make is emailing proposals. Big, huge no-no. If you want something to go into the black hole of who knows where, email. You don't want to be chasing clients. Book that next call with them within a 2 or 3 day period, and let them know you're very excited to get back on with them, to close the deal and get going on what it is they said they want. And also, if you decide that you're going to give them a couple of different options that will work within their budget, then let them know that as well. I'm going to come up with a couple of options for you. Let's discuss those on another call. We can do that in a couple of days. And that way, if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk through, we will be able to do it right there on that call, and we'll be able to close this, get it moving, and move forward. Okay? So that alone can shorten the sales cycle and can help you close a lot more sales. All right. Finally, make sure that you actually get back on that call with them. That's important. Sometimes things will happen and something may come up. Make sure that you're following up with them to just reaffirm that they're going to be on the call. If there are any other decision makers that need to be on that call, or any other partners, make sure that person is on the call as well. And you should talk about that before you ever leave that first strategy call with them, to make sure that all decision makers are on the call. You can walk through everything with them together and then close that deal. All of these simple things, they are simple, but they do take some work and some thought behind them to make sure that you're closing more sales. And when you are really having these kinds of conversations, it's less about you and it's more about them and what their needs are and what they want. And you help them to you really create that desire and influence in that sales conversation. They'll be so excited to get back on a call with you, because they'll be ready to move forward and ready to go and get this done. I hope this has been really valuable for you. If you want some help with your sales process, you're ready to scale your business, you want more premium clients, you want to boost that bottom line and boost that income, then book a call with me at ancarden.com, and let's talk about how we can work together to really help you grow your business faster and simpler, and really have a dream business, but also while having a dream life, leveraging your time as well. This is what I help people do. So book a call with me at ancarden.com. We'll talk soon. God bless you. Have an amazing day. And until my next video, go rock your business. Take care.